I think banking in general can be, at least opening a small business can be really intimidating.
Yeah.
It has never felt that way working with Bremer. Our business wouldn't exist without an SBA loan. Bremer swooped in, held us under their wing, and walked us through it. And we ended up getting everything we needed. Bremer sees us. I mean, like, really sees us.
They're our cheerleaders behind closed doors, and who knew it was going to be our bankers?
I know, right?
Finally tired of doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results? Well, this show is going to help you change your life for the better. Strap on your seatbelt and navigate this roller coaster we call life with human potential expert and best-selling author Dr. Verna Price. Each week, Dr. Verna blesses you with her virtues to live your best life so you can be the best you that you can be.
Welcome back to Dr. Verna's Virtues. I hope that you are having an amazing week. For those of you who are brand new, I am Dr. Verna Cornelia Price, and my website is drvernaprice.com. And I just got a new upgraded, rebranded site, so I'd love for you to go visit that. And please listen in, subscribe, and share, and tell your friends. For those of you who are my regulars, great to see you. It's a Saturday afternoon. I have just come back from being at the track with my daughter, who was high jumping and long jumping today and running, and then also taking my son to gymnastics for Special Olympics gymnastics. So I've been running around. So I thought to myself, well, you know what? Maybe I'll go and do all this stuff to my hair. And I thought, no, I think I'll just wear a headband today for my podcast and put on my African, handmade African pieces that I got this summer, and just have a Saturday afternoon chat with you. So I hope that that's okay. But you know what? Listen in. And for those of you who listen every week, listen to me. You're listening every week, but you haven't subscribed and you haven't shared it. So I am going to challenge you to please don't just keep it to yourself. If this work is important to you, then share it with the world. Why? My calling in life is to empower people to excellence. All people, everywhere. So when you think about this work and you think, oh my goodness, Dr. Verna, that was helpful to me. Don't just keep it to yourself. Share it with your friends and families. Even share it with some of the people who aren't your friends and families, right? Because they need it too. So let's go ahead and start with an affirmation. My power is my ability to think a new positive thought, see a new positive vision, speak new positive words, write new positive goals, and do something new and positive with my life, even with my family and my community, with my world, with my workplace. Do something new and positive. And how do you do that? By taking a new positive action step. So take an action step wherever you are, take that action step because it's going to take your action to create change. So in the last 2 years, I've spent a lot of time with my mom, and it was a beautiful time, and I'm so glad I did. So my mom, who lived in Florida, she was living by herself. And so I would buy her a one-way ticket to come to Minnesota, to come with me. And then whenever she would say, I'm ready to go home, I would then take her home. So during that time with my mom, of course, we would sit and we would talk and we would cook and we would eat. So sure enough, I found myself my face looking a little more round, right? Things got a little rounder and a little more rounded, if you know what I'm talking about. And I thought to myself, it is time for me to get myself back and restructure my body back the way I want it to, not the way it wants to naturally go. So I've gone back to the gym. But I went back to the gym for two reasons, really. One is that I realized that going to the gym actually is good for everything in your life. It's good to clear your mind. It helps you think. It's good for your body. It's good for your mental health. It's good for your spiritual health. It's good for friendships. You meet friends at the gym. You talk to people. You create community. There's so many benefits to going to the gym, and or just getting together with people in your community to exercise. When we were in Beijing, people would get up early in the morning and we would see them out in the plaza, and they were doing Tai Chi, and they were exercising together. It was a beautiful thing. So I decided I'm going to go back to the gym One, just take some time from me. And then two, do something about this body of mine. Seriously. Because I have clothes that, guess what? I cannot get into anymore, and I don't like it. And I'm not buying any new clothes. So I went back to the gym, and it's been lovely, and it's been wonderful. However, I've been learning some lessons. So this podcast is called Stop Watching Your Feet. Now, what do I do at the gym? At the gym, I wouldn't even call it a run. I would call it like a trot run. I used to just walk really, really, really fast. And then my really fast walking turned into like a little trot. So I have a little trot that I have. And as I can run trot between, I don't know, on any given day, I can do a mile, I can do 2 miles, but I typically only have about an hour or so for the gym that I can do due to work and children and family. And so I take my time and I go and I do my trot run and I do my, ab exercises and my arm exercises and all that. So I'm doing my trot run and I'm just moving around, right? Moving around. And I notice that I started watching my feet. And I thought, why am I watching my feet? Because the truth of the matter is that I needed to be looking straight ahead, because I was going forward. And if I wasn't careful, if I kept my head down too long, there's people in front of me, there's other stuff going on the track. I could possibly crash. I could possibly trip. Lots of things could happen because I've lost my focus. So I know how to run. I know what my feet are going to do. My feet know what to do. But what my feet don't know is exactly where am I going. And who knows where I'm going is me. So my focus has to be straight ahead. So my job as a runner is to keep my focus. Where am I going? So I can look at the obstacles. I can look at things that are happening. I can see who's around me. I can see what's going on, and I can navigate it because I can see it. I'm in focus. If I'm too busy watching my feet, what happens is that 1, I lose focus. 2, I get tripped up. 3, I'm just, I am not able to get done what I need to get done because I'm slowing myself down. Now, so I thought, stop watching your feet. Look up, look ahead. So I started doing that. And then I started thinking to myself, so what does that have to do with life? So watching your feet to me, right, represents you know what to do already. You know how to do your job. You know how to do your business. You know what your skills are. You know what you're good at. You don't have to prove that to anyone. You already know. But what you may not know is where you want to go in life. And when you don't know where you want to go in life and you're not focused on your future, see, your feet kind of represents right where you are right now, right? One step at a time right now. But looking ahead represents your vision and your future. And if you're not careful, what you'll do is you'll just focus on the little things you're doing all the time, and you never see the big picture. And it's important to see the big picture, because when you start seeing the big picture, that's your vision, that's your future, that's your hope. When you start seeing the big picture, your feet, you know what to do. You already have those skills, you already have those talents. And when you also start looking at your feet, for me, it represents trying to look and see what everyone else is doing. Listen to me. You do what you're supposed to do. Whatever people are doing, that's what they're doing. When you start watching your feet, when you start looking at what everyone else is doing, you lose your focus of what you're supposed to do. And also, when you start watching your feet and looking at this and this and this and this, you start competing against other people. Listen to me. You were not intended for competition. I'm not competing against other runners. I don't know what their situation is. I don't know what's going on with them. My goal is to get my goal done. So my goal is to finish my race. That is my future. That is my hope. It doesn't matter to me what other people around me are doing. That's their business. I'm not there to compete against them. What does it have to do with us now? What does it do? So what are the lessons, the personal power lessons that are in this talk? Stop watching your feet. 1, get refocused on your vision. 2, stop looking at all this little stuff that's going on in your life. Do you know that all that little stuff going on in your life are simply distractions for you to look down, to look away from what you're supposed to be doing? And what you're supposed to be doing is the big picture. Pick up your head. Stop watching your feet and look at the big picture of your life. 3rd, stop watching your feet by competing against other people. Listen, there's no competition for you. You're amazing. You're amazing. You're incredible. You're gifted. You're talented. God has blessed you with everything that you need to be successful at what you're supposed to be successful at. You cannot run someone else's race. Let me say this again. You cannot run someone else's race. This is your race we're talking about. Let me talk to myself. This is my race I'm talking about. This is my future. This is my vision. This is my hope. And so what do I have to do? I got to say, focus, laser focused on my race. Pick up your head. Stop competing. Get over the small stuff. Refuse to allow people to trip you up. And how do you do that? How do you do that? Right? By allowing people to start telling you, well, you should do this, you should do that, and you should do this, and you should do that. No, you should run this way, you should run that way. No, you know how to run. Get your feet going. Get your head up. Focus on what you're supposed to be doing. And what's going to happen is that you're going to finish, and you're going to finish your race well. Keep running, and keep your head up. Now, I hope that this was helpful to you. It sure was helpful to me. So, and in the meantime, of course, for those of you who don't have my books, go to my website, and I have a brand new website, drvernaprice.com. I have brand new social media stuff. It's amazing. Please go on, check it out. And if you're in a company or a business and you know that your company or business needs me as your keynote, please recommend me to your folk to come in as a keynote so we can share this message with the world. Okay, let's go ahead and finish up my affirmation. Let's just see. Let's just finish with this is my life. This is my life, and I get to change it when I want to, how I want to, if I want to, because God gave it to me. And that makes me very valuable, very important, very lovable, and extremely powerful. You have enough power in your life to change your world, to change your life for good. Keep your head up and stop watching your feet. Bye.
Get caught up on previous episodes of Dr. Verna's Virtues at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
You know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African-American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast-quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.
What's up, everyone? It's Shaletta. I'm here getting a phone for one of my newly minted teenagers with Xfinity Mobile. They've got great options, affordable plans, and solid coverage that works for our whole family. With Xfinity Mobile, my daughter can stay connected with me wherever she goes. And did you know when you sign up, you can get an extra phone line free for a full year? Switch to Xfinity Mobile today for more savings, more smiles, and more ways to stay connected.